Hey neighbors, how's it going today? So if you are a 2023 Thor Magnitude owner, I'm going to show you how well the Thule Verse fits on the back of your RV. Now the Thule Verse is a tray style wheel mounted bike carrier that's going to work well for those carbon fiber bikes in the situations where you don't want to make any frame contact. Also like your unconventional step through bikes. So let's take a closer look and see how well it fits on our RV. So taking a wider look at the back of the vehicle, you can see that even if it were loaded with two bikes on the carrier, you're gonna have plenty of view for your license plate. Tail lights and brake lights are all good. Your backup cam's at the very top, so you're at no risk of that. You just wanna be aware of the additional object that you're putting on the back of your vehicle. Now, one other thing to consider is, even though this guy is rated for 60 pounds on the back of a different vehicle, being that this is so far away from the rear axle, you actually have a 60% reduction in your weight capacity. So just keep that in mind when you're making your selection. Now, as far as how your bike is secured, on your rear wheel, you're gonna have an adjustable cradle as well as this padded strap. This guy is actually pretty cool because this is actually a true ratchet strap. You can actually get down and get pretty tight onto your rim to make sure that you're nice and secure. Now, as far as your cradle here, this guy is designed to work with your fat tires up to 5 inches, all the way down to your roped bikes. Now, these guys are gonna give you plenty of adjustment as well. So let's remove our bike from the carrier and see how well it looks folded up. Thule keeps it super easy. As far as removing that front hook, you're just gonna squeeze and you can pull forward. Now, another thing that I would like to point out to you is the fact that you do have kind of a lift to get your bike up on top of the carrier with it being so high up on the back of the Magnitude. However, if you know you need your bikes and you trust Thule, it would be a great idea to have something like this just to bring along. Now that we're unloaded, I'm just gonna press down on my hook, lay it down. The Verse actually is flexible in a way where you have a tilt feature, but on the back of the Magnitude, it's not gonna serve you very well, but you can keep that in mind for your primary vehicle. Once you pop this guy up, you can see that it will come pretty close to your ladder. Also, it's gonna block out your license plate from the rear, but your tail lights and brake lights and all those things are going to still be pretty wide open. Now, going down to our shank, you can see that this guy is a 2-inch shank. Now, the receiver that's on here is a 2.5-inch receiver, and it is recommended that if you go with a reducer sleeve on this, you definitely want to make sure that you have something that fits very well, and understand that sadly you will have some measure of slop inside that receiver. However, this is still very sturdy right here at the shank. Now, that is due to the fact that there is a tool-free anti-rattle lock. So this is gonna basically crank down, and I can loosen this guy up so you can see, and it gives you the ability to ratchet, to loosen, where you can come up and off to loosen it out. And you can see how much space that how much resistance we put on the side with that. Alternatively, when you're looking towards getting a bike carrier for your Magnitude, adding a reducer extension is also a great idea. You just want to keep in mind with these guys, you're going to need an additional pin or anti-rattle bolt. I would suggest going with anti-rattle because it just keeps things more stable as you go down the road. So for my Thor Magnitude owners, I want you to keep in mind, if you're thinking e-bike with this setup, it's not gonna work because you're not gonna be at your weight capacity if you're over 32 pounds. So keep that in mind. But my mountain bike, road bike people, this guy is gonna work just fine for you. Actually, I think it'd be pretty cool if you show me your bike. Why don't you put a photo below so I can see what you're riding on. Now again, this is Ed with etrailer.com taking a look at the Thule Verse on our 2023 Thor Magnitude. Have a great day.